Cloudcast Media. Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
I'm Drew Schlosberg of Cloudcast Media, and I think it's been a while since I've had my friend and colleague on. He is, there's no question, the greatest cyber coach in the world with these cyber competitions with phenomenal students, and that is Coach Paul Johnson. How you doing there, Paul?
Great. How are you, Drew?
I'm doing fine. So what's the name of your team?
The CyberAegis team.
CyberAegis. And how'd you come up with that name?
Well, Aegis means protection, and cyber, of course, is computer security. So it just really makes a lot of logical sense.
That's right. And you've only won how many national championships? 14
national championships now.
Okay, once you get good at this, we're going to sit there and chat with you about it. I'm joined by my colleague, Charles Parisi. He is the founder and CEO of Cloudcast Media. And I know, Charles, you love when you have Paul, and we're going to introduce these phenomenal students as well.
Well, listen, I think it's always great to have Paul and the CyberAegis team in studio because, again, it's a reflection of not only the brilliance of the students, but the excellence of how Coach has produced all these championships. He's literally the Sir Alex Ferguson of coaching.
So Sir Alex Ferguson must be a fencer?
No, he's the greatest coach probably of any organized team sport. 49 soccer titles, Manchester United, coached them for 27, 28 years. You are the Sir Alex Ferguson of coaching.
Great. Well, thank you.
Very good. You only have 35 more to go. Okay, very good. And joining us are two of your star students and CyberAegis team members, and that is Ethan Zhao. How you doing, Ethan?
Good. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. What year of school are you in?
I'm actually a senior, so I'm graduating in, I think, 7 weeks.
Congratulations. What school? What high school?
Del Norte High School.
Of course you are. What colleges are you looking at, or have you been accepted?
Yes, I have been accepted. I've been accepted to the UC system. UC Santa Barbara is my top UC so far. But
fantastic.
We're looking at other schools, hoping that I get off the wait list for UC San Diego or Carnegie Mellon University.
Guess what? This interview is going to put you over the top. I will
hope so.
That's going to do it. And joined by Evyn. I'm assuming you're brothers. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. What year are you in?
I'm currently in 8th grade at Oak Valley Middle School.
Very good. And you were in the competition as well, right?
Yeah. This is my second year of doing
Second year. How many years have you done it, Ethan?
Oh my gosh. I think I've done it for 6 years now.
So started at Oak Valley also?
Yes.
In that area. Paul, I've known you for quite a while when we used to do our cybersecurity show with our friend Liz Frauman, rest her soul. And she would bring you in because of the different Mayor's Cups and Patriot Cups and everything in between, right? Different competitions.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So what got you interested in being a coach of these unbelievable talented students?
Well, it starts quite a while ago, but basically my son was trying to get into the robotics team, and I was able to get him in by volunteering to help as well. So, and then I ended up becoming the coach of that team, and so I've actually been coaching STEM competitions for 17 years now.
Oh, my goodness. Now, was your son at Oak Valley? Where was your son?
He started off at Stone Mountain.
Okay, right. And I remember you doing this. So 14 championships, and you work and continue to do some consulting for Northrop. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay. And have you always been interested in cyber?
Yeah. Well, it is a very fun field, and when I get into it, it's a combination of software and hardware and mechanics and systems and kind of looking at the entire aspect of the project. So, it's a lot of fun.
Right, exactly. Charles, I know you got a million.
Well, listen, I want to first off by saying, Ethan, it's an absolute pleasure to see you again. Because for our listeners, Drew, I want to just share that I've known this young man. I think you were just a freshman.
I was a freshman.
And so I don't know which university has you on a wait list, but I want to tell every one of them, wake up. This young man is brilliant. And I don't just mean with cybersecurity and all the other metrics that admissions officers like to look at. He's brilliant. He's diverse, multi-talented, fantastic playing on a team when we were working on our cybersecurity podcast together with the team. I'm just extraordinarily impressed with you. So to see you go on and these national championships, not even a little bit surprising. And so congratulations for everything you've done.
Yeah, thank you so much. None of this could be possible without, obviously Coach right here making this whole team a possibility for us. And a really big shout out I want to give is to my team itself, CyberAegis Phoenix. They've been the greatest team I've had so far in all of my 6 years of cyber. They're so hardworking, so talented, and they're also, I think 3 or 4 of them are juniors in high school. So applying to colleges next year. If any colleges are listening, better accept these guys. These guys are really, really good. So
you're the captain of that team, correct?
Yes, I was the captain of
that
team.
So why don't you, Drew? You mind if I ask Ethan a question?
Please.
What? So you're the captain.
Yes.
What does that role mean to you? And how did you perform that role?
So as a captain, I feel like my job was to kind of take all the pieces that I have, everything I have to work with, and kind of put it together to create this championship winning team, right? They're so talented. They have so much raw potential that just needs to be, meshed together. They need to learn how to work together with all the different things. And towards the beginning, actually, of the season, 2 of my team members, their names are Srijan and Will. They actually had a similar idea of how to approach the competition, but fundamentally, the way that they approached it was different and they had a conflict there, right? And, as we grew into the season, we had to figure out, okay, how do we take both ideas and combine it together? And eventually that ended up with them becoming probably the best working duo that I've had on the team.
That's a pretty powerful comment. So, Coach, can I flip over to you, Drew? I think I'm hijacking your whole show here. This is, by the way, this is called Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community.
It's going to be Charles Parisi's pretty soon, and I'm absolutely honored to have you hijack.
Listen, but Coach, Ethan stepping into something I think is really important to talk about, because we work with a lot of young people, and we talk about, are you teamable and are you coachable? Can you comment on that?
It absolutely takes a very, very well-oiled machine to win the nationals. Everything has to work perfectly, and the teamwork and the leadership are extremely important aspects of this. If there's any problems in the team, they're not going to be national champions. And one other thing I'd like to say about Ethan's team is that they're very, very, very hardworking, and that's also what's needed to become a national champion. And these guys are up till 5 a.m. Some nights preparing for this. It's just really amazing.
Well, it's also a reflection too, and when we think about schools and educational environments, sometimes we hear, well, students aren't engaged in school; they're not excited about school. And I say, well, I don't know. I see an awful lot of engagement and enthusiasm for activities outside of a school. You're willing to stay up till 5 a.m. because it's engaging. You're enthusiastic about it. So again, I think it's a wonderful reflection on maybe how we can even improve, schools themselves to make sure it's engaging and enthusiastic and high energy. So it's wonderful. So what? I think I heard you mention the name Srijan.
Yes, Srijan.
Why do I think I know that name as well? Did he have a sister as well that competed in cybersecurity?
I'm not sure. I don't think he had a sister.
I could be thinking of someone else because I met so many of your brilliant students. It's incredible.
Yeah. So pivot over now to your brother, Evyn. So were you always interested in this field, what you're doing, cyber, or only because your older brother was doing it?
At the start, I really loved the whole mission of CyberAegis in general, including CyberPatriot.
Right.
Just to spread cybersecurity awareness, and in this competition, I was able to do that. And of course, my brother was partaking in CyberPatriot, CyberAegis, and that further encouraged me to start as soon as possible, right?
So how has being on the team and what you did at your competition helped you in school and other subject areas? Obviously, you're good at math, probably science, but has it helped you in language arts? Has it helped you in history? Has it helped you in other courses you're taking?
CyberAegis, since I'm the team captain of CyberAegis Odyssey, I learned lots of leadership, and that helped me a lot.
So, Evyn, give me a feel for, so you've seen your brother, and he's a captain, he's a leader. What's the age difference, by the way?
3.5 years, but 4 school years.
So you're truly big brother. So give me a feel for your leadership style versus your brother's. What's different?
I just love, my leadership style is kind of just first of all, getting to know who is in my team, how they learn, how they function with other people. And that's key to a good team. Right?
Fascinating. Okay, Drew, my mind is going here because I'm looking at 2 brilliant young men, and brilliant in a million different ways, not just cyber. So have you tried to hack each other's devices? Be honest. We're going to talk about it live on the air right now.
You don't know this, actually.
Wait a second.
I'm going to start with that. Okay.
You mean there's breaking news?
So, yes, I did try to attack my brother's device.
Okay, what kind of device was it?
It was a Windows 10 laptop, and I was successful.
Wait, what?
You don't know
this
that.
is Paul. Are you getting a kick out of this, Paul?
Absolutely, this is great.
This is good stuff, Evyn. So, guys, feel free to ask away on Spotlight on the Community.
Did you know? No.
When was this?
This was a while ago. It was through a Minecraft server. Actually, I got into your device and I was able to change some settings. But I realized that I don't want to be too mean. So then I backed out of it, but I was able to get in.
I think it's so cool that we broke this, Drew, live on Drew Schlosberg's Spotlight on the Community. His Minecraft server was utilized to break into his Microsoft Windows 10 or whatever you said what it was.
Because both of these guys are so smart. I'm watching my phone now, even though they have no devices. They probably can just do it telepathically. They probably are doing something to my phone right now, right?
Yeah, I've cracked your password just now.
Very good. And what is my password?
Oh, I don't want to say that on live TV.
You can say it live. What is it?
I can say it live?
Yeah.
It's 6 digits. It's 16452.
Did you tell him that, Paul? Oh, my goodness.
No, I had nothing to do with this.
Oh, my goodness. Well, guess what? I'm going to have to get a new iPhone because of this. We are chatting with our good friend, Coach Paul Johnson, CyberAegis coach, 14 national championships, joined by 2 of his star I guess team members, so I'd say that right now, Ethan and Evyn, Zhao. But I understand, Ethan, you're a pretty good musician.
Yes, I am.
And is it the violin?
Yeah.
And you want to tell me about your Carnegie Hall experience?
Oh, wow. That was a great experience. Don't tell anyone. Actually, I'm telling everyone now.
You are.
But right. I did make a mistake on stage. It wasn't too big of a deal, but it's something that's stuck in my memory, and it's really driven me to, I want to continue music. I want to get back on that stage and be able to deliver a solid performance again. It was a great experience seeing everyone out in the crowd, and just the hall. Oh my gosh, it's such a beautiful hall. The acoustics are amazing.
Well, when we get back from break, we're going to talk more about that. We're going to ask your brother if he plays an instrument as well. And then, we'll chat with, the John Wooden of the Cyber Champions, Coach Paul Johnson, and see how many more years you're going to be doing this when you return with another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show. We are the nation's longest-running community podcast, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union. 6 decades of doing great things in our community, from food insecurity to the arts to education to financial literacy. They are on top of their game, and we will be right back.
When you do your banking with Mission Fed, you get great rates on auto and home loans. That's good for you, but something good also happens for a lot of other people. We're not for profit, so we put money back into the community to help lots of great nonprofits to keep San Diego strong. So you're not just getting something good, you're doing something good. Come come to Mission Fed. It's banking that's good for all.
Brand amplification is the DNA of Cloudcast Media, and our code is the powerful blending of sound, voice, and storytelling to lift local brands and their communities. Whether it is our Brandcast, Schoolcast, or Causecast platforms, the unifying ethos is all about this community, the one you call home. If you dare to dream and want to explore the brand amplification of Cloudcast, a national leader in local podcasting and other Winfluence strategies, please visit us at cloudcast.us.
I'm Drew Schlosberg of Cloudcast Media, listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union. 6 decades of doing great things in San Diego County, chatting with the national champion CyberAegis San Diego team. 2 of their team members, 2 captains for that matter, Ethan and Evyn Zhao, joined by their coach, Paul Johnson. 14 national championships. So we're talking right before the break about Ethan playing his violin at Carnegie Hall. But Evyn, you said, do you play music too?
Yes.
What do you play?
Currently, right now, I play the piano and I also play the school cello.
You do?
Yeah.
So have you been at Carnegie Hall yet? Is that next on the list?
He's watched me.
Yeah, I've watched him.
Yeah, I bet you did. Do you play in any competitions with your piano?
No.
And is something you want to take to another level, or you just do this for fun?
My passion for piano is really big. I've always loved piano.
Nice.
My mother has always played it, and it's really nice. Yeah.
Nice. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, well, first of all, I grew up in New York, so I know Carnegie Hall well. It is the greatest city in the world. How did you like New York? What was the experience like?
No, I thought it was great. It was actually the one downside to it is we visited during the Christmas season, and I wish it snowed, but it was
It
raining
didn't snow?
instead. It did not snow.
So did you go to Rock Center and see the tree and everything?
Yes, we did.
Did you go ice skating on that at Rockstone?
No, we didn't because we were there because it's a funny story. I forgot my suit at home, and obviously I can't fly back home to get it, right? So we had to go to Macy's, and the biggest Macy's in the world, the biggest.
Yeah, that Macy's is gorgeous. Yeah.
It's the biggest
Herald
one.
Square, yeah, sure.
Yeah, and then we bought a new suit there, and then as we were going back to our hotel, we just decided to stop by there for a little bit, take a look, but I needed to go back and practice.
You were able to get the suit tailored in time?
It wasn't tailored. It was actually one of the.
You bought it off the rack?
Yeah, I
And
did.
it fit perfectly.
It fit perfectly.
Well, he's young and in shape. Not
Well,
like
no,
us.
sometimes height, though. You never know with the length of the pants.
You and I need to be fitted like we're some, oversized outfits and all that business. I shouldn't insult Charles, but I guess I just
No,
did.
that's okay. That's fine.
So, Coach Paul, you and I have sort of talked about this. How many more years are you going to be coaching?
Well, you might think that having gone back to the national finals 10 years in a row might get kind of old. But, it was just as exciting. It was so exciting taking these guys back to D.C. for the national finals. So, as long as we keep performing at this level, why ruin a good thing?
That's the same kind of answer that the greatest coach ever, Gino Auriemma, says about coaching the UConn women's basketball team. It's about the players.
Yeah.
And you want to go back there as long as you can.
Yeah.
I would like to follow up on something that Charles said earlier about student engagement.
Please.
I think one of the keys to our success is the class is entirely taught by the students. And the students get such a kick out of teaching the class, putting together the subjects, doing the presentations. And it builds up, not only does it build up their knowledge, right? Because you don't really understand something until you have to teach it. But it also builds up their self-confidence, and both of which are really needed to become national champions.
Yeah, no, that's incredible.
Yeah, listen, all the things that come out of this, and maybe, Ethan, you can start on this, and I'll pivot over to Evyn. How many leadership skills are you learning being a captain of a national championship team?
It's a lot, obviously. One of them is managing different personalities There's a lot of different personalities on the team, and getting them to work with each other is a really big part of it. I think another one is time management, right? Especially with all these students, they're really smart. They do a whole bunch of other things. They take so many hard classes at school, but they also have to balance doing well in cyber, right? And part of that is, okay, well, can we make sure that we have a set time? Our team does is we set aside 4 hours every weekend on Saturday to commit to working together as a team, just the 6 members on our team, getting better. And then we commit another, I think it's 4 hours for the classes on Sundays, right? So those 8 hours over the weekends is just part of it. I also ask my team to commit some time over the week in between their other activities, just to make sure they're on top of their game, right? It's part of making sure that everyone knows what their goal is and they balance their time and use it wisely.
So what were some of your experiences? And I'm going to ask you the same question, Evyn, being a captain as well. When was the first time that you had to do some tough love with one of your teammates? And was there any time you had to do that?
Yes, there was. And this is very...
How'd you handle that?
It was, okay, basically 4 days, literally 4 days before we flew out for the national championships. We did a mock competition with all the other national finalist teams, and we placed 5th. So obviously that's not where we wanted to be. And I had to have a really big talk with my team. And, basically we want to win, right? And to be 5th just 4 days when we're flying out is not what we want to be. And we had to take the next 4 days, the other 2 days we had before the competition at nationals, to really focus in. And, if you want to win the competition, this is the time to go all in, and this is the time.
How did you find the words to say to where did those words come from to speak to your team?
I think, I've seen Coach definitely push our team really hard towards winning the championship. And, it's definitely something that I've seen, you can't, if you want to win a championship, you can't sit there and be like complacent, It's something that you have to actively work towards every step of the way. And that's something Coach has definitely shown.
Right. Well, see, and as Coach Paul knows, when you become, the owner of your own, whatever it's going to be, because we're going to say we knew you when, and we're doing the same thing with Evyn as well. And we're going to just mark down April 18, 2025, when both you folks came in, and now you're running a Fortune 5 companies and all that, hopefully giving us a job, in that area. It's from that leadership you learn. How about you, Evyn? Have you had to have some tough conversations with your team?
Yeah. Before the before Nats national finals, the competition, we also did mocks with the other teams that we're competing against. The first few mocks weren't the best. So, and then one of the last mocks before our departure to Nats, we just before that we studied and prepared a lot more after our recent results in the previous mocks, and we ended up getting a lot better than before. And in the days up and coming to Nats, we spent I don't want to over exaggerate this, but maybe even hundreds of hours just preparing, studying for all of this, and just making sure that we iron everything out and until the competition. And it turned out well.
Well, I mean, and Charles, this is absolutely spoken like a team that's had legacy and doesn't want to be the one that breaks the string on this aspect of it. And there's a truth to that, where, we'll use UCLA basketball as an example, or Connecticut basketball on the women's side. You didn't want to be the one that was going to lose the 7th straight national championship. Eventually may happen. So there's pressure to continue to do that as well. So I think that's a terrific. I'll start with you on this one, Ethan, and you can answer this too, Evyn. There will be a time where Coach Paul won't be coaching, the team. Maybe it's in 20 years. Who knows? Okay. Who's going to step in and become Coach Paul 2.0? Would you do it? Would you be interested in doing it?
I would be interested in doing it. And that's something that, I was thinking that maybe if it requires to in college, that could be something that I'd be interested in doing partially to help with the team. The other part of it is I know that the students have been running the club as well. And I know that they've been doing a really great job of it so far. They just need someone there to be able to kind of steady the ship and like ride it in the right direction, right? And if it comes to it, then yes, I would be willing.
Well, and here's the difference in this. Coach Paul was not in the cyber competition. Okay, he was the coach of it, but you have walked the walk. Same with Evyn as well. So now it's going to be like the coach of Duke basketball this year, who played under Krzyzewski. He's actually won a national championship under that. Coach K never won a national championship as a player, but it certainly did as this. So you will be maybe the coach Paul 2.0, or you would be 3.0, Evyn, and all that. And in all seriousness, Paul, that's a testament. Maybe you can, you respond to this, that you're way too humble as it is on this, of what you mean to them, and from so many different ways. Obviously, it's great to win a national championship, but it's more than that. That's got to be a humbling talk from hearing from Ethan on that.
Absolutely. But, I kind of view myself as a catalyst. I mean, the talent is clearly here. The motivation is clearly here. What's simply needed is a catalyst for people to focus around and get the reaction.
Yeah, you're short selling yourself on that. Do you agree, Charles?
Yeah. There's no question about it, and that's why again, there's a secret sauce here, and Coach and I have this conversation on numerous occasions about how do you scale this secret sauce, and in fact, can it be scaled? And he shared with me something recently that there may be hope on the horizon that there's a scalable model, because someone essentially he open sourced the recipe book on Reddit and Ask Me Anything, and someone took it seriously. They formed a team, and they came in third in the national championships.
That's right. And they really, really took it seriously. I mean, when I was talking to them at the national championships, they were repeating back word for word what I had discussed on the AMA. So they clearly took it to heart, and they're a relatively new team, and they placed third in the open division.
So that goes back to Ethan and Evyn. So clearly, Coach has laid out a recipe book. Now you've seen someone essentially try to recreate the recipe, and they did pretty well in the national championship. Yeah. The question is, if you were going to take over CyberAegis someday, would you look to take it global across the country? Would that be something that the challenge you might take on?
That's an interesting question. I think that when it comes to the CyberPatriot competition, it might be against the rule book to have a team that spans multiple states, but there's always the lookout of international competitions, international cyber competitions, right? Mm-hmm. And those ones are much more difficult. If any listeners know about DEF CON, that is a very serious hacker convention, and they have competitions within that as well. And to win one of those is very impressive, and it's very, it's a very cool experience too. And I think that would be an interesting thing to try going towards.
I'm going to circle all the way back to something you mentioned. So I'm going to take us back to Carnegie Hall, okay?
Yeah.
Because the first thing you mentioned, I think, and part of the reason I'm asking is because there's always a snapshot about excellence. Mm-hmm. Tom Brady talks about the 2 Super Bowls he lost more than all of those that he won. And I don't even like talking about Tom Brady as a New Yorker, but I will. So the first thing you mentioned about Carnegie Hall is you made a mistake.
Yes.
Why is that so top of brain for you?
I think that this also applies to cyber, because last year we actually didn't win this national championship. So when you said that,
there was a break in it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. When we broke the streak, that was last year.
Got it.
And to me, when that sort of moment comes and it's not something I expected, that's, obviously it's not what I would have liked. It would have been better if I caught it earlier, right? But the thing is, that's a moment for me to recenter and rethink, like, okay, this went wrong. Now what do we do to fix it? Because the last year nationals, we also made a mistake. There was a side of our team where it wasn't in sync with the rest of it. I'm not going to point any fingers, but it wasn't in sync, right? And because of that asynchronous sort of moment there, that ended up being the reason why we lost the championship that year.
And was it the breakdown of the team? Was it a physical or a mental error?
I think it was more the stress and the heat of the moment that we were unprepared for, and something just took us by surprise. one of the red teamers or the hackers basically were able to get into one of our devices, and what they did was they installed something that made it so they could have full control over it, right? And we didn't expect that at all because we never encountered such a deep-rooted attack on a machine before. And because of that, we panicked, had a miscommunication, an error occurred, and then from there, we ended up not doing it.
Yeah. So, question for you, Evyn: when the competitions are going on, in real sports, and this is a real sport, the coach gets to coach.
Yes.
Does he get to coach during the competition?
During Nats, no.
Right.
It's just
Can you imagine if Gino or John Wooden said, "Okay, you made it to the finals. That's great. Now you can't coach. You can sit on the bench, but you can't coach." So obviously another testament to you. I'm patronizing Paul too much now. That's okay. I got a bunch of chits that coming my way anyway from Coach Paul. That he's prepared you, but can you even look over at him?
If they see you doing that, they might.
That's right, dinging, right?
Yeah.
So Charles, that makes it even more amazing.
Well, it's one of the acronyms I have personally. Yeah, PPMP. Perfect practice makes perfect. You win championships during practice. Would you agree with that?
Yes, I would entirely agree with that.
Yeah.
Going before the actual competition, what we did was, coach said that we were up till 5 a.m. preparing. That's what we were doing. We were running practices, and it's so funny. At 1-something in the morning, I walk out to go to my teammate's room to go practice with them, and I run to coach in the hallways, and he asked me, "So why aren't you asleep?" And I told him that we were practicing, right?
Coach was probably ordering room service and watching a movie, right?
No. Coach was just getting in. So, no, in essence, and Paul, you're there the whole time, right? Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Right.
And that is one of the frustrating things about the competition. Sometimes I really want to tell the team something. I can't communicate with them at all during the competition, not at all.
Right. You can't know nothing nonverbal. You can't do anything in that aspect of it, which makes it more amazing, Charles. Again, in these competitions, in sports, you have the coach coaching. They're on the sidelines and they're not coaching. You guys are doing it yourself in that area. So I'll start with you, Paul, and then we'll pivot over to Ethan and then to Evyn. Think about where you're going to be in 10 years from now, Paul. Where's that?
That is a great question. I really, really love adventure, and whatever it is, it will definitely be adventurous.
Yeah, anyone again, Paul and I have known each other for a while. We consider ourselves colleagues and friends as well. And when Paul says adventure, he may be on the first shuttle to Neptune, but I'm not sure. But of course, we won't see him because that's about a €100 trip, so that won't happen. I know you got a lot of exciting things in your plans, and I appreciate you giving time. Your schedule's busy. Just flew in from Baltimore at Dark 100 yesterday with it. He leaves, and I'm thinking he's going to be there for several days. And he goes, "Oh, no, it was only a 2-hour meeting with the government, so we had to fly back." Oh, my goodness. It was only to Baltimore. It wasn't like it was flying to Santa Barbara. Paul, thanks for your thoughts on it. Okay, I'll start with you, Ethan. 10 years from now, what are you doing?
It's a good question.
You can do anything.
I'm very much looking forward to the next 4 years in college.
Yeah.
Looking to see what I can do there. Definitely research. And part of that research is looking towards the future, right? And now we're looking at quantum, AI, right? Cybersecurity with quantum. And it's definitely a field that's going to explode in the future, right?
No question. I was actually going to ask you about quantum, but keep going.
Yeah. AI, you saw it. You think back to 10 years ago. Was AI nearly as big as it was now? Of course not, right? In 10 years, could the same be said about quantum? There's just so many unknowns, so many possibilities. It really excites me.
Well, if you want to, I'll tell you, if you want to get in on the ground floor of something really important, because the Achilles heel of cryptocurrency is quantum computing.
Yeah.
And so there's an entire industry. Figure out how to lock down crypto, because that there's nothing that can't be hacked, and quantum is going to break every wallet.
For sure.
And the whole cryptocurrency field. So that's a career path right there.
Right. So now that you've done this great podcast, you're going to let your UCSD folks know about this, right?
Yes. I will.
And hopefully, we'll talk to Charles about it. He works with some of the engineers up in Escondido. Maybe we can see if we can fast track the link to this. so he can now send it over to UCSD. I'm
Wow.
assuming you can still do it. Is
Yes,
that correct?
That's still possible. Yeah.
Okay, good. So that'll be great. All right, Evan. 10 years from now, what are you doing?
10 years from now, I will be in college.
Right.
I want to focus more on just like research, computer science. As my brother said, with all of these technological advancements, you will have to secure them with cybersecurity, which is another real world application of cybersecurity. Yeah.
Well, we're counting on you, old people like me, and so forth. I plan on being alive in 10 years. So thank you for protecting us and so forth. I can't thank you enough, for coming in. I know you guys are very, very busy. It was a great interview. Whenever, Charles, we interview folks like Ethan and Evan, if anyone doubts, are we going to be in good shape with this generation coming up, doubts are absolutely dismissed. You folks are great leaders now. You'll be even better leaders, coming up. And Paul, thank you for the great work you've been doing for many, many years, and continue to do that. And I know you're so proud of those folks as well.
Absolutely. And thank you, Drew. And thank you, Charles.
That's great. Can I add one final thought?
If it's a short one, yes.
It's going to be short. Evan?
Yes.
We hereby give you the authority to attempt to hack Ethan's devices tonight.
Okay.
Wow. I don't even know if we can break in.
And when you do, give us a full reporting.
Evan, say challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted.
Well, very good. Now you're going to get it from his parents and all that business. We hope our listeners have been enjoying this conversation with two phenomenally talented students, Ethan and Evyn Zhao, and their award-winning national championship coach, Paul Johnson. You've been listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union. We hope you enjoyed the interview.
You've been listening to an episode of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego community. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
Cloudcast Media.